Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to see what would happen if we put Andy Robertson back to his boyhood club, Queen's Park. Let's go. Right guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been a little bit of a while, so I will give you a bit of an explanation. Essentially the way the channel is going to work is going to change a little bit. So these Saturday videos that I was doing, where it was more informative, experiment, sort of those sort of videos, the one-off sort of videos, they're going to stay. The Wrexham save, unfortunately, is going offline. I'm not going to be able to continue making the videos on that one going forward. And again, apologies if you did enjoy that series as it started, or if you were watching it. Like, I do appreciate the support. It's just one of those things, I'm not going to be able to keep up with that level of content here. If you do want to see me play the game more often, then you can head over to Twitch and see me there. But for just now, we're going to stick to the once a week Saturday videos. There are reasons behind it, but I'm not going to go into too much detail and bore you. So let's get into today's video. So Robertson started his career at Queen's Park, coming through the youth ranks there and eventually breaking into the first team. Queen's Park are Scotland's oldest club. They have for the most part played their football in League 2, which is the bottom professional tier of Scottish football. Robertson played 34 games for Queen's Park before being poached by Dundee United. Dundee United at the time were in the Scottish Premiership, and you know, it was a big move for him to sort of jump up to the top tier of Scottish football. Robertson really impressed while he was at Dundee United and earned himself a move to Hull City. Played 99 games for Hull City, and in 2017 was brought into the Liverpool setup, and from there the rest is history. He's gone on to become one of the better players in world and European football. So today I am doing an experiment to see what would happen if we took Andy Robertson as he is now, with his current experience, form and his current attributes, and placed him back into Queen's Park in League 1 as they are just now in Scotland. Would he single-handedly be able to take them back up to the Scottish Premiership? Who knows? There's only one way to find out. Let's jump into the game and have a go. So here we are, we start the save in 2021. And here he is, Andy Robertson. We have put him to Queen's Park. So we've placed him at Queen's Park. You can see he's got his current attributes. I've not changed anything apart from the club he's at. And I've also made it so that he has got a future transfer to Liverpool in 2027. So he doesn't leave at all throughout the save. So what I'm going to do is sim the save 5 years into the future. See what impact he has on Queen's Park as a club. Because if we have a look, Queen's Park are currently in League 1. Like I said, majority of the time they've spent in League 2. They're not one of the better teams in Scotland. For years they've been an amateur club. They are now professional. So, you know, it's going to be a challenge just for himself to kind of lift the team. However, what I'm hoping is that he's got enough quality to help them get up into the Premiership, and then they can kick on from there. But again, it's only 5 years, so there's not a lot of wiggle room, because he is 27. By that point, he is going to be, you know, 32, coming to the sort of tail end of his career. So there's not really much more further we could push that. But we're going to sim forward 5 years, see where Queen's Park are, see what happened with Andy Robertson, see if he's achieved anything major in his time there. Let's fast forward. So here we are, it's July 1st, 2026. We're in the future by 5 years and we're at Queen's Park. I've added myself as the manager so that we can look in a bit more detail at certain things. Makes it a bit easier to see how they've got on. The one thing that is sticking out to me here is the fact that Queen's Park are in the Premiership. They're sitting there next to Rangers, Celtic, Aberdeen. They've done it. There's not much more change to the league, which is quite interesting, but we'll go into a bit more detail on that. Before we do though, one thing I just want to point out is that with any experiment that I do involve in Scotland, I will be using Moz's database, the Extended Pyramid, which unlocks Scottish tiers all the way down, including the West of Scotland League, the North Cali League, etc. So if you want to use that, if you want to see some of the stuff that's on there, by all means, go and download that. It's on Steam. It is one of the most downloaded databases and he puts a lot of work into it, so I'd highly recommend that. But back into the first season, Queen's Park were obviously in League 1 as they are in real life, and they went up as champions. Not much of a surprise there. Again, still being able to beat the likes of Falkirk to promotion is a big one. Obviously Falkirk have went up with them via the playoffs, but to win the league ahead of them is no mean feat. Let's jump forward a year. So their first season in the Championship wasn't an immediate success, so they finished 6th with 46 points, so it's a respectable sort of mid-table finish, nothing to sing home about, but also, you know, they've gone up and cemented their place. So let's see if they kick on the next season. Next season they get promoted, so it's taken them 3 years to get into the Premiership from League One, which is massive, especially with how competitive the Championship is in Scotland. So them and Arbroath have gone up. They pipped Kilmarnock, Morton, Dunfermline, all these teams that are, you know, relatively big compared to Queen's Park as they are at the moment. So Robertson's effect has obviously had some sort of positive impact on them. So let's see how they get on with their first season in the Premiership. So first season in the Premiership, and they managed to stay up. They finished 10th, which again isn't the best finish, 32 points, but they were well clear of relegation with Arbroath going down. It could have gone either way with the playoff places, which is always kind of worrying, but again I think they've done quite well to keep themselves up. And in the following season, bit of an improvement. They finished in 8th with 40 points there, so again a bit of an improvement. They're sort of creeping forward there. Again, Andy Robertson's come to the end of his career, so at this point you're kind of hoping that they've invested in the youth of the club and are progressing that way. So let's have a look at the club in general before we jump into Andy Robertson. So currently they're playing at a 35,000 capacity stadium. So they're playing at the Glasgow Community Stadium, which is interesting. A 35 cap, which is wild. So let's actually have a look at their stadium. So it was built in 2022, it's owned by the council, due to move back into the Lesser Hampden after planned expansion. So it looks like the community stadium is a real thing, so that's something that's looking to get built anyway. I believe that might be something that Moz has added in. So they've looked to be doing some sort of extension to Lesser Hampden, so they've played there. But it's quite funny to see them playing a 35,000 capacity stadium. So 833 season ticket holders, which is fair, and yeah, I mean the club's doing well for itself. Money wise, is a bit of a different story though. They're currently 1.6 million in their overdraft. Do they have any debt? Yeah, they've got a net debt of £5 million, which isn't good. So slightly worried about that, I would say. As you can see, it looks like they keep coming down and then boom, up and down, which is slightly worrying. So again, I'm not liking the look of that for the club, especially if Andy Robertson's leaving now. We'll see. So the squad in general, ironically, Robertson isn't the best player at the club in terms of value, but again, his contract's coming out, he's transferring anyway, so it's a bit skewed. But Gordon Riley, the regen here, is currently their best player, who's came through the youth ranks, and he is an absolute beast for this level. I would have loved a player like this in Scotland, so I can see him going elsewhere. His acceleration's 18, agility 16, balance 16, finishing 15, determination. For a Scottish player, that's quality. And again, he plays that sort of advanced forward role. So they've got good prospects. If they can sell him for 7.8 million, then their debt's sorted. But again, kind of good things looking for the club there. Right, so let's have a look at the man himself, Andy Robertson. He's still miles above the rest of the squad in terms of his stats and his quality, but let's have a look at how he kind of performed while he came in. So his first season in League One, he 7.21 rating, not bad, 5 assists, which you'd expect more from Robertson. Again, if he's doing that at Liverpool, he's doing double that at Liverpool, you'd expect more in League One. But again, he's not got Salah ahead of him, has he? You've then got the Championship. He did well, played 34 games, 7.2 rating again, consistency. Queen's Park again in the Championship, 37 games this time, 7.18. 34 games next season in the Premiership, 7.1. He scored a goal, 7 assists, and last season he only got 3 assists, 7.01. So he's starting to tail off a little bit playing in the Premiership, but again, he's doing not too badly, I would say. I think he's definitely brought back a bit of success to Queen's Park, to say the least. So that is Andy Robertson at Queen's Park. This is a series I want to start doing a bit more often, so if you're liking this thing, let me know. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more, and leave a comment with who you'd like to see me do going forward. And it's not just modern players, let's just say that is a wee tidbit for the future. As always guys, if you like that video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as I said, leave me a wee comment for who you'd like to see going forward, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.